to another episode of the Empire State of Mind. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, before I get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video for more content just like this. So I do want to talk about a topic today that has been circling the news and the internet for a few weeks now. And this is going to be about the I was going to say Obama, but it's not Obama. This is going to be the Biden $15,000 first-time home buyer tax credit. So on the surface, this tax credit does appear to be, a very good opportunity for first-time home buyers to get into the market with some assistance. Now, before we can even get into what it includes, requirements, who would qualify and who wouldn't, I think we first have to take a step back and actually talk about what exactly is being proposed and what that is. Now, first and foremost, I don't feel like at this time anybody should personally make any financial decisions surrounding the tax credit, only because it's only a proposal at this time. Now, I feel like with all the news that's been going on about it, some people are a little bit led to believe that this is actually set in stone, that it's been voted on, that it's been approved and passed. It has not been. It's actually basically just a proposal, an idea, something that he wants to do. Some people may even call it a political, proposition to get him elected. I don't call it that. I actually think that it's a pretty good idea, and I do think that there's a good chance it could go through. But as of now, it has not gone through. It has not even been voted on. So with that being said, I think that anybody who's planning to use the tax credit, if it does come to fruition, it'll be a good opportunity for them. But I would not make any financial moves based on it, meaning I would not wait to buy a house just to use the tax credit, because number one, you don't know who would qualify. You don't know if you would even qualify. You don't even know what the requirements are now, because it has not even been passed. So with that being said, it's not really a good idea to base any financial decisions on a tax credit proposal. Wait till it passes, wait till you hear what the requirements are, if it does pass. And then at that time, I think you could definitely make a decision surrounding it. And I also think that, we actually had something very similar like this in the Obama administration. A lot of people actually took advantage of it, and I think that that was a good thing. But you have to remember back then, it was proposed because the housing market was very slow. Okay, it was basically the opposite of what we have now. The housing market is white hot right now. Inventory is super low right now. Prices are sky high right now. When we had this same tax credit, not the same amount, but it was a very similar tax credit back in the Obama administration, we had the exact opposite in the housing market. We had a housing market that was very, very slow. Prices were very, very low. However, lending was very, very tight. So we did have a much smaller pool of buyers who were willing to buy at that time, and even a higher number of buyers who couldn't qualify at that time. Because a lot of buyers who wished to qualify at that time had foreclosures on their credit. They had short sales on their credit. They had very limited time with their job for whatever reason. So a lot of people really didn't qualify to buy a house, much less use the tax credit, because the tax credit is only helpful if you even qualify for a home. So if you can't qualify for a home, the tax credit doesn't make a difference because you can't even use it. So with that being said, there's obviously going to still be that requirement that you have to qualify for a home. Tax credit, first-time home buyer programs, all these things are dependent upon you qualifying. And that's going to be the same thing with this $15,000 tax credit as well. You cannot use it unless you actually qualify for a mortgage. This is not going to help you qualify for a mortgage. This is going to be something that you can take advantage of after you qualify. Again, if it even passes. So with that being said, please read up on this tax credit proposal. It's pretty interesting, but again, it's only a proposal. And that's not to say that it can't become more than that. That's just to say at this very moment, that's really all that it is. Okay, it's basically like a stimulus package that hasn't been passed yet, right? We can kind of count on it a little bit. We hope that it happens, but if it doesn't happen, nothing we can do about it, right? So it'll be awesome if it happened. I do hope that it happens, because, it's not something that I can personally take advantage of. I'm not a first-time home buyer, but I know a lot of people who this would actually help. I think there are going to be some ramifications of this, however, when it comes to the market and the way that it is, because like I said, we're not in a market where, housing sales are slow. We actually have the exact opposite. So I think this is definitely going to affect the amount of buyers we have who want to come into the market. And already there's a major imbalance between buyers and sellers. So with that being said, this is definitely going to add a lot more buyers to the market that we already, are imbalanced on. We already have enough buyers in the market. Trust me when I tell you. So this isn't, I don't know if this is going to help that or not. I think it's going to actually have an inverse effect on it, to be real with you, but it's a good plan nonetheless. And of course, there's going to be some income requirements to it as well, who can qualify. Obviously, if you make too much, this is not going to help you because you probably won't qualify for it the same as the Obama administration. A lot of people didn't qualify for that as well based on their income. So that's going to be, something to look at as well. So do your research 100% before you actually make a decision based on this. I think that, like I said in my previous video, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to buy and you're in a position both with your job, your credit, your down payment, I still think this is a perfect time to buy a $15,000 tax credit aside. So I wouldn't let this stop me from buying today if I was ready. And that's just my personal opinion. Do what you like. But if I was going to buy a house today and this came up as a proposal, I probably wouldn't wait because proposals do take some time to be voted on. It has to pass and it has to go through several different offices before it can even become something that's going to be beneficial to anybody. So with that being said, I do hope that this does come through. I do want this assistance for some of the first time home buyers who may be priced out of the market, or maybe they don't have a big down payment so they're not as competitive in the market when they do make offers. I do hope that this is something that can help you out. I'm all for any assistance that is helpful to the first time home buyer. I'm very, very sympathetic to the first time home buyers in the market right now because I know how difficult it is out there for you guys. So 100%, I hope this comes through for you. I would love to see, this strengthen the buyer, the first time home buyer. I would love to see this strengthen their position in the market, make them more competitive against some of the other people out there. And I just think overall it'll be something that's good and beneficial. Of course, like anything, it's going to have its pros and it's going to have its cons, but overall, this is going to help a lot of people if it goes through. So, this again, very, very helpful. So, thank you once more for tuning into the video. I do hope again that you find this information helpful. And if you do, please feel free to smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.